Hey, y'all. Welcome back to season 5 of the Black Woman Behold podcast. And listen, this season is different. It's bold, it's honest, it's raw, because this season's theme is unleashed. We're pulling back the layers, letting go of what no longer serves us, and choosing liberation over limitation. This is more than a theme, it's a declaration. Each episode is a push forward, a moment to unlearn, unravel, and unapologetically create a life that feels like yours. And because we don't just talk about it, we give you the tools to live it. You'll get tips, resources, reflections so that you can carry these conversations off the podcast and into your real life. This season, we're not shrinking, we're expanding and building lives that feel whole, honest, and free. We're unleashed. Welcome back to season 5 of the Black Woman Behold podcast. We're your hosts, Kim, Marquia, and Ednesha, and we are unleashed. We're in episode 1 for season 5, y'all. We back season 5. What's going on, ladies?
Hello.
Woo-hoo.
Look at us coming back like we said we would. Look at us.
Hiatus
Already
was
starting
brief as
good.
hell. Brief as
I
hell.
mean, we on the consistency train. That's what we
Now,
on, y'all, the consistency train.
I feel like that's premature and aspirational right now. We see by the time we get to season whatever,
Well, we are
episode,
on the
whatever.
No,
train,
we
but
gonna
trains have
manifest
stops.
this.
Trains have
We
Okay.
gonna
stops. So,
manifest this, Kim.
Manifest, reality check. So we just told you about the theme. The title for episode 1 of season 5 is entitled Unleash Your Leadership. And this episode is about reclaiming leadership on our terms. But before we get into this episode, I want to check in with my girls. Ladies, we're back.
ooh,
Are you ready to get unleashed? What have you been up to since we've been on break? And what are your thoughts about season 5 or the theme?
ooh. Well, what have I been up to? Working, possibly like a slave. But I'm alive. I'm here. Got some new client work and, did my first really big fundraiser. So we love to see that. And just now I'm just trying to get, I guess, back on track with balance, but I have another event coming up, so we'll figure that out.
Balance,
Okay.
what's that?
Well, congratulations on
Thank
the big
you.
event. That's huge. I, you
Thank
know,
you.
I know what that thank you is about. I can hear it. It's like you're so excited about it, but it's so much work, right? And
Girl.
when you start doing big events, people will expect you to do more big events. And that's what this eye is about. Like, shit, what did I just do? Right? Like, I
Right.
opened up a can of worms and now I got to keep going.
Yeah.
But that's what Black women do. We keep opening up cans of worms and we keep doing shit. So you're on course. Marquia, give me a break.
You out here really unleashing your leadership, girl. Unleash it.
We're working on it. It's like it kind of got stuck in the can, so it's like it's coming out. It's a little jank, but it's working.
Okay.
I
I
love it. I
like
love it. I
it.
love it. What's up,
Okay.
Anisha? What you
What
been
have
up
I been
to?
up to? Okay. So I'm not sure when this was, but I watched this movie on Netflix
Mm,
called The Life List. Did anybody see it?
no.
No. Okay.
Nah.
That's okay. Because it gives like kind of romantic comedy-esque, kind of sad grief, kind of like cute movie. So for some reason it kept coming up on Netflix. So I was like, all right, let me watch this thing. And so the reason why it's so important to me is because the young girl in the movie, her mom dies. And in her mom's will, she says that she wants her daughter to do all of these things on this list. So the daughter created this list when she was like maybe 14 or 15. She's probably in her late 20s at this time, early 30s. And so her mother was like, you have to do these things. And so I was like, wait, I think I want a life list. So I made a list. And so the list is going to be the next 3 years. So I made one just for the next 3 years. And so the list contains things that I want to do, things that I want to learn, things that I want to see, some personal growth, kind of joy stuff, and just kind of like, how do I give back, some impact stuff. So I'm going to take a solo trip. That's one of the things on my do. Learn. I really want to do self-defense because I really want to be able to protect my damn self out here. Um, I want to see Glacier National Park, which is like this park in Montana that's super beautiful. And then, yeah, I want to do like a photo kind of digital scrapbook of like all the places that I visit in the next 3 years. So I'm on this journey to kind of do all the things on my life list. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, the list is long. I just gave y'all a little taste of it. But I'm gonna learn the ukulele. Because I asked ChatGPT, what's the easiest instrument to learn? Because I want to learn an instrument. And ChatGPT told me the ukulele. So when I learn the ukulele, I'm gonna come back on the podcast, y'all, and give y'all a little flavor. We'll see how it goes. I found one online for $80.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay.
super excited. It's kind of like a new job, weirdly enough, but a fun one. I want to see how many things I can do on the list. I think that there's this part of me, and since we're unleashing this season, I'm about to get a little bit vulnerable with y'all. Mother's Day just passed, and I don't have a child, and I don't have a child because I couldn't have a child. And I feel like I want to make sure that my life is robust, even though I don't. I think I keep getting all of these messages around, like, as a woman, you should be a wife, a mother, or this and a that. And I don't have children. And I was like, there's other things that I could be passionate about. And so, like, I just want to make sure that my life is really full and robust. So here's the list, y'all. And that's how this all really kind of started, because I wanted to make sure that yeah, I was living a life I was proud of. So, and I wasn't just working.
Well, I'm glad you're doing that for yourself.
Thank
And,
Mm-hmm.
you.
and I get it because the Mother's Day thing. I don't usually have those feelings, but this year I was kind of like, this one feels weird.
It's always one girl, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't know, this shit comes out of nowhere too, Marquia. And you be like, okay, what's all of this? What's going on with me? Why am I
Right.
feeling all these feelings?
Right. I was like, ooh, not me being jealous, looking on social media, like, must be nice.
It might be nice.
I
Trying
just
to
really
get
want to do
like
the
you.
milestones though. I don't really want to
Yeah.
do the everyday shit. I just want to be there for the milestones.
He said, I want a child I can take check in, check out. Is that what's happening right
I want to get you ready for the prom. Like, I just want to do the cool shit.
now? The
And
moments.
yeah, just the moment. That's all I
Mm-mm-mm.
want.
I hear
But
that.
yes. So what have you been
Mm.
up to, Kim?
Girl, what have I not been up to? I'm tired of life in right now. Lost that 9 to 5 job. So I'm in between, but working on the business and my other endeavors. So every day is a Friday for me, which I'm really appreciative of because I'm on a health journey. And when you go looking for stuff, girl, you find it. So I'm dealing with lots of health things in the middle of it, just kind of assessing, testing, and looking for solutions to the problems I'm encountering. And more will be revealed because I'm still going through it. So I'd rather just wrap it up and summarize it when it's all done because it's certainly not right now. But
Okay.
other than that, I've been very excited. Part of my severance packages, 3 months of coaching, career coaching, and my coach is awesome. And she's like, "Why are we like not focusing on the business more?" And I was like, "Why are we not?" And so she's been very motivating to me, and so I really appreciate that. And I've also actually just been enjoying time off. Like I'm taking more naps than ever. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I
Like
love
once
it.
you're not like in a 9 to 5 situation, I'm like, how the hell did I do all this stuff? Because I'm tired. I'm tired. I
Congratulations on the
think
freedom.
yes, girl. Freedom
Congratulations.
papers. Got the freedom papers.
We
You
got the two
know,
free girls on here. Okay, y'all.
give us
Okay.
free
Both
amistad.
of y'all.
Amistad. Okay, amistad, as they say. So I think I went to go see Sinners. I've been doing stuff which kind of like, thoughts about season 5 of the theme. I was thinking about Unleashed. Like, yeah, I'm unleashing creativity, artistry, all the things. Now that I have free time, I'm unleashing my time. So I'm excited about the theme and season 5. I don't know. Anybody else want to say something about it? Otherwise, we get into it.
I'm
I'm looking
excited.
forward to trying it out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to stretch myself this season. I think I want to try and be more vulnerable, let go of some of the fear about what I should say and what I shouldn't say on here. I think even though I talked about like wanting to like I don't know head up a brothel, I think I've talked about having wanting a whole phase one day if my husband died. I don't know. So maybe I already started the vulnerable shit. Like maybe I'm
Yeah.
already on course and I'm just like, you know what? Let's do it. I'm gonna give y'all even more of the crazy fucking thoughts that I have in my head, y'all, because I got crazy thoughts.
What are those called? The inside thoughts?
The
The
intrusive ones.
intrusive thoughts? Ah, is that really
Well,
vulnerability
they
or is
don't
it
have
more
to be
intrusive thoughts?
intrusive. They don't have to
Oh,
be
okay.
intrusive. They just thoughts
They feel
that I don't tell people all the time. If you're not close to
mm,
me,
that part.
you knew that I wanted to have
I
a
get them.
brothel.
I get them.
You know
Yes,
I
I
did.
did. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know so much more too. So we're just going to see what you tell. You know, that's what they say, show and tell.
Here we go.
Well, let's get into our topic now, ladies, because that's what y'all came for.
Let's
I had
go.
to kick it off about leadership and Black women leadership. Like, I think part of Black women are dope and we're natural leaders. And I think that this is the time for us to talk about it, especially in 2025, because we need to be leading ourselves and each other at this stage. I'm tired of the nonsense that I'm experiencing and seeing and that's being, celebrated. So Black women have always been leaders, even if we haven't always been called that. We've been expected to carry everything without complaint, to hold our families, our communities, and our workplaces together without ever really being celebrated for it or for the ways we do it. When we speak up, we're labeled aggressive. When we lead with softness, we're seen as weak. And when we win, the credit disappears. Let's talk about the leadership styles we don't name enough. There's the nurturing leader who leads with empathy and care, and the intuitive leader who trusts her body and spirit to guide her. The creative leader brings new visions to life, while the collaborative leader builds with others instead of competing. The spiritual leader grounds decisions in purpose and values, and the adaptive leader evolves without losing her. The emotional leader leads with vulnerability rather than armor, and the quiet leader shows us that presence, not performance, is power. These styles may not align with white male centered models of leadership, but they work. They center people over ego. They value connection more than control. And most importantly, they create the kind of lasting, meaningful change this world actually needs. These aren't just alternatives, they're what's needed now. When Black women are encouraged to lead in ways that honor who they truly are and not just who they're expected to be, it affirms their self worth, reduces burnout, and promotes emotional well being. Embracing leadership rooted in empathy, intuition, and community helps counter the pressure to overperform or suppress emotions. It builds connection instead of isolation and creates space for vulnerability, rest, and alignment with one's values, all of which are critical to sustaining mental and emotional wellness. Looking to go deeper on your own leadership journey? Grab your Hey Sis, Are You Okay workbook and spend some time with the section on identity and values. It's a powerful place to start. And if you don't have the workbook, you can get it now at blackwomanbehold.com/store. All right, so I got some questions.
Of
I'd
course you
like to
do.
ask y'all, what
Of course you
examples of
do.
leadership did you see growing up, and how has that shaped you?
Hmm. Examples. It's interesting because I don't think of leadership in that way. Like I think I just always just saw people doing whatever they do, right? Like I didn't have a name for it. It was just kind of like oh, that person does this or that person does that. I would say more like when I got to high school was probably when I like internalized what those things were like doing like student council and, doing homecoming court and things like that. And then definitely in college at RPI, we had the Nesby Shep Career Fair and seeing like people my age plan an event where they brought over 150 companies to come in and recruit students. It was really
Wow.
cool
That's
seeing like
dope.
it's the largest student-run career fair in the country.
Hello.
Gang.
That's dope.
So yeah, it's over 30 years old. It's a really awesome experience. But seeing that was really interesting. And I probably say when I worked for like Office of Conference Services and like having to, and everything happens for a reason. Look at what I do now. But I did it as a summer job working for OCS and like helping with the conferences that came to campus and planning out all the details. Those are really when I started to see leadership. And then I guess it kind of has funneled into like how I show up and work. I mean, like, and then even with NESB, like doing like PCI, which is their pre-college initiative and stuff like that. I would say definitely college is when I saw most of my leadership stuff pan out, and it just ultimately trickled into like my career path. So yeah.
I love
Nice.
that. I love that.
I think that this topic was a little not hard for me, but it is really making me kind of think and maybe think about leadership outside the box a bit. So I think for me, I think I saw leadership that didn't have a title, right? Like it wasn't like, oh, she's the president of this or she's this, she's that. I saw my mom really like kind of it feels like she like ran the neighborhood. Like everyone in my neighborhood calls my mom mom. They call her mom. And she just made sure people had what they needed. Like I saw her like invite people to dinner or give people food or buy people food. I saw her, we live in New York City, so not everyone had a car, especially back in the day. Everybody was on a train. My mom had a car. She's giving out rides. There was people staying on our couch. So like watching her taught me that leadership, wasn't about being loud or being in charge. It was about being consistent. That's what I saw her do. I saw her be accountable to the people in our neighborhood. Like she cared about people. I saw that. And it was about showing up. And I think that shaped how I lead now. Like I try to show up for people. I try to lead with my presence and not really about being too performative. But like how do you just kind of show up? And I think that people will see that and appreciate it. So I think I really saw that in my mom, but not in a way where it was a title. It was just kind of who she was. I appreciate that now.
I think
I
it's
don't know how
just
did then.
leadership, right? Like it again, right? Like it doesn't need to be a title because when we're talking about Black women's leadership and just leadership that doesn't look white or male centered, right? It
Hmm.
looks like so many different things. And so appreciate that story. And yes, I love your mom. I call her Terito. That's my boo. That's my girl. She be ready. That's my party buddy too. Hi.
That's the issue, Marquia. That's the one. I'll be like, can you
Yes.
put the drink down, mom, please? Kim, tell her it's not a big deal. We having a good time.
Hey. Oh, I'll be
And
co-signing
Kim
like,
gonna have a good time, baby.
oh,
You
You
gonna
be
be
co-signing
oh.
the craziness.
I do, because it's fun times. Back in the day, I think where I live now in Harlem, it's a co-op. And I think my examples of leadership was watching the Black women in the buildings, the two buildings, 219 and 229, get together and decide that they wanted to have some ownership, low income ownership, HEFC, if you know the buildings, the co-ops in New York City, they wanted to have something. And so Miss Lois, Miss Dorothy, Miss Ann, all those ladies are not here, RIP. They all got together and said we wanted to do this collectively. So somebody went and found some information, somebody went and talked to somebody else, somebody did the research, and it was just like a really beautiful thing to see once it eventually happened. And our buildings went from apartment buildings to co-op slash ownership. It gave people an opportunity to own something. And I thought it was a beautiful thing for women, Black women, to take initiative to do that, to create legacy for themselves and their families. And watching my mother eventually become president of the board of the co-op. And her best friend, Miss Ann, who was our next door neighbor, who's, also passed and who was the vice president, watching the two of them work together was just really, I think, amazing because you don't see someone in that light until you see them in that light. And you're like, oh, okay. I see what's going on here. And so, watching them lead and lead meetings and, figure out what's best for the building and really have deep conversations about how do we maintain a community was really important to me. And there are elements of it I think that show up in my life too. So,
I
like,
like
so why do you go ahead?
No, so I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it just, baby, they had Jerry curls back in the day when they did this. I said, oh, I was looking at a picture the other day, like, not Miss Lois with the Jerry curl.
I
Not
love
the
it
soul glow.
because
Ah,
we
ah,
always called the person Miss or Mister and then the first name. So like Miss
listen, Mr.
Lois,
Rudy, Mr. Hank, everybody
right?
was a Miss. That's it. All of them.
And even when you
Yeah,
become an adult, you still do it.
I still
Like,
do. I
yo,
still do.
I
I
will not
bet
just call
not.
you by your regular name and just keep it at
Ah,
that. No. Have some
that's
respect.
culture right there. That's culture
That's
right there.
culture. You're right.
So I guess why do you think like Black women's leadership often goes unrecognized or gets mislabeled, right? We just talked about some of that, but
I guess for me, I think that sometimes as Black women, we're rarely given the title, right? Even when we've done the work. So I think a part of the reason is that our leadership, I think sometimes it centers community, and care and not really kind of ego and hierarchy. And because I think that's a big part of what leadership looks like, especially in our country. It's about hierarchy and ego. And so I think it makes it easy to overlook us, right? And you're only paying attention to like the person, for lack of a better word, who's like holding the mic, right? But not always the people that's doing the work. And I think that, we've been leading, I guess, and away from the margins, right? Like we've been holding families together. We've been building movements. But I think unless if it's like a corporate or kind of a patriarchal mold, I think it gets dismissed, you know, as maybe like unprofessional, maybe, right? Like people don't see that it's the same thing that everyone else does. It just looks different, but they refuse to label it as what it is, as leadership. So I think that, that's why it gets mislabeled because it looks different.
I also think that the issue at hand is just that unfortunately we're just natural leaders, right? So it doesn't look different to other people
Mm,
because it's just what we
mm-hmm.
do, right?
come through.
Look at the Target
Yes,
situation, right? Look at
girl.
this
I like
whole,
this.
like, look
Yes.
at what's happening
I like
since,
this.
the year started, right? Black women, where are you? Black women, what are you doing? And it's like,
Yeah.
minding my fucking business. Like,
Learning the fan dance. Mind your business.
right, where the fans at? That's what I got for you, babe. I'm leading on the dance floor now.
We
So
just
it's
got boots
just,
on the ground. That's
right.
it.
Like,
Closed
what do
out
you?
for y'all.
Ding, ding,
So I think
ding,
people don't
ding.
know what else to categorize it until it's missing. And I do think that
Yes.
2025 is like really shine a light on them, shine a
Hey.
light on
Oh,
Oh.
oh.
but it is, right? Putting us in that forefront. Even when, I'm gonna go back to Sora Kamala. When people were like, what
Uh,
is she doing? How is she letting this happen?
What? Right?
Girl, all the things she did, the campaign she ran, remember how she ran for president? She had Beyonce out here doing rallies, talk about, hey, you should vote. And y'all said no.
mm.
And
But
then,
also, I'm sorry, I was just gonna throw this in there. But who have you seen? Jasmine Crockett. Like
right,
the black only person who's really out here like
foot
talking
on
about
neck.
what are we doing
Hmm.
on their ass is a black woman.
Right.
Yeah.
So they take it for granted because it's just
Yes,
what
they
we
do.
do. So it's recognized, but now it's being more recognized because it's not as readily available because we're like, oh girl, so you don't appreciate it.
Right.
Excuse
Mm.
me. So let
Cause
me sit
they
back.
where's Kamala?
Mm-hmm.
What's she doing? What y'all mean what's she
That was the
doing? When
craziest
she
thing.
tried
Like,
to do something, y'all didn't want her to do shit. So now leave her alone. Let her go write her books and get her money. That's what
right.
she doing.
Yeah.
Let her be
Mm.
an attorney.
Hello. Yes. And I think this is, this, we got to get to it, right? Like racism, misogyny, the
Right.
history of like Black women, doing their thing and then not being recognized. I think it's because of racism and misogyny. Like, if somebody else was doing it, they would get the accolades, the credit, the money,
Right.
whatever. But it's us doing it, and we shouldn't have these traits because of where we are societally. I think
Right.
that's
Right?
really what it is, right? Like, you shouldn't be this bad like that, like
Right.
because of where you are positioned in life or where society tells you or
Right.
us where you're positioned in life because like I think you said, the communities, we've done all the things. And I think it is patriarchy, it is racism, it is capitalism, it's white supremacy, it's all of those things. Because given what we are able to do or have been done or have done, it shouldn't look like this
At
in
all.
terms of our leadership.
No.
So what else is there but those things that is the lens that people look through when it comes to us?
And then we got the nerve to enjoy ourselves. Ooh, how
Mm.
dare
And look
you?
good too.
Right.
Wait, and show up, face beat, hair done, looking good. Like y'all
No.
not phasing us. Y'all are, but
Right.
we ain't gonna let you see that shit.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have me looking tired. Nope.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Even if I'm tired, you won't know.
Right.
Where
Yeah.
them where them fans at?
Where they at? Well, I guess like, can you share a personal leadership story? Like, we asked about where it came from, but can you share your own personal story that comes to mind, good, bad, or ugly? I don't know what pops up for you right now, but let me
Hmm.
know. Let them know. Let them know. Bring them out. Bring them out.
I think, let's see. Do I want to go awful charter school?
Yeah.
Not yes. Not those are my favorite.
No.
Mm.
Like, oh
Tell it to
wait.
them, girl.
Um,
Ah.
I think in that situation there were a few issues with it, right? Like one, being thrust into leadership, and I did not ask for that shit. Who asked for that? That was always my question. I was like, I never asked for this shit. But being thrust into it and then not being supported was, especially by another Black woman, was like really crazy. Or like it was supported but conditionally. As long as it was in alignment with what I want, then I'll support you. And like leadership looks different. Like I'm a casual leader. I'm not gonna hold you. Like I'm never gonna be like, girl, I'm not pressing you. Can you please just do your things? Because I actually don't want to talk to you either. Like, you don't want to talk to me, I want to talk to you.
Ah.
Like,
Ah.
listen, like
I
meetings,
love
y'all
it.
know
I
how I feel
love
about
it.
meetings. Y'all know how I feel
We
about
we know
meetings.
you do. We know. Girl, go ahead.
Like, please don't. And it's just unfortunate that, like, because my leadership style wasn't the same, because I would ask questions. I'm always going to advocate for my people. Again, I'm not a rah rah ree girl, but I'm definitely going to be like, hey, we're not doing that. Like that doesn't work for my people. This is how it's going to pan out in the long run. I just think we're not thinking about this holistically. Let's look at some other options here, right? But for it to result in being fired is crazy. No
Girl,
incentivization
you be
for
like, not me
being a
doing a
leader.
good job and then getting the boot.
Right, like not me doing the things. I'm out here advocating for my students. I'm out here advocating for teachers and staff because this is what they need. I'm making relationships. And then I got
And
let
they
go.
like, we ain't asked you for all that. That's the
Right.
other thing about leading, though. That shit is crazy. When they look at you like, yeah, you did the most. I'm sorry.
Like, how dare
But
you
wait.
do more than we asked you to? Because
Right.
also you have to remember a lot of people go into leadership because they want to be seen and they want attention. They don't want to impact change. They want to be
Oh,
No.
important, right? Like a lot of people need to
the
feel
They want
this
visuals.
praise.
thing, right? I don't care about that shit. Again, I'm not looking for you. Please don't look for me. I'm gonna give you what you need, but like I don't need to be the center. So even like in the beginning when you
Right.
were like, "Oh, congratulations about the event," this is an overwhelming experience, full transparency about being seen. Also, another thing my co-host can tell you is that I really don't like to be seen, literally not on camera right now. But I'm just not a big look at me person. I like to do the thing and I like to go on about my business.
We trying to get her the video, the podcast, y'all. Just so you know, we're trying to push her. We wanna open up and do some new things.
Okay,
We gonna see what we
okay.
can do.
Let me ask you why. Does the word humble come into play when you're not wanting to be seen? And
I Um,
go ahead.
I don't think it's a matter of humble, right? I think it's a matter of possibly place order, right? Like I'm a firstborn child. The expectation is you just do things, and there's no
Mhm.
like prize for doing what you're supposed to
As
do.
expected.
Right. Like I'm just doing my
Girl,
job.
ooh.
I'm just doing my thing. So like you wanting to put me in a spotlight, that's overwhelming. Like, and then you're gonna be asking me for more things. And like if I don't agree, then there's this whole like you have to upkeep like, people. I don't care about perception either. That's the other problem, right? Like, so if you don't like me, I'll give a fuck. That's fine. We still need to
Yes.
get this done. So we could fight later, I guess, but the task still needs to be done.
Not
And
you
that's
ready to
also
tussle after hours.
but
What?
that's
Woo!
also like an unconventional way of looking at leadership too, because again, like I don't go into it for friends. I don't care about that. We have to do a thing. Let's do the thing.
That's
Mm,
true.
that's so interesting, girl.
Shit.
What about you? Ooh,
Shit.
that's a
He
that
had the
what
shit
kind
at
of
the end.
leadership is that? What kind of leadership is that style? We talked about the styles earlier.
I
I
would say
love it. I
peak
love it.
millennial. You know, I'm definitely like a millennial
It's
leader.
a generational thing, right? Like
Yes.
the styles, but then there's also generational styles because them boomers, they want to tell you what to do. They don't care.
Like I would be telling
Maybe
my people, like,
boomers and millennials.
listen,
Wait,
I
and they
don't
don't care about
disagree.
feelings.
I'd be like, listen,
The
I don't
boomers.
disagree that they're
Boomers and
dumb.
millennials might have the same kind of leadership style.
No, actually, it's more Gen Z and Boomer. Whereas like
Gen Z and Boomer.
Millennial, listen, hey, you think Teresa's dumb? I don't necessarily disagree with you. Don't put it in the email, okay? Thanks.
There
Cool.
it is.
Don't put it in the email.
I'd be like, you know what? Let's not say that. Let's try and I would try and flip it. Like, you know what? But she's smart in this area. Like, why are we?
She might be dumb, and like I'm not gonna tell you not to think that, but please don't put it in writing so that HR is not looking for me to explain why you
Well, see, that's
call people
smart.
dumb.
That's the smart part, right? Because some of us are from the school of straightforward, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're a little too straightforward." Yeah, okay, bring
Hello,
it back.
hello,
Bring
you
it
who?
back.
You who? Anisha, what about you?
Okay, leading. Okay, so I'm gonna try and take it back. I remember I was in graduate school at Temple, and I was in the sport and recreation administration program, y'all. I've been all over the place. And I remember we had this big event. It was a golf tournament that we were putting on. And I'm super excited because I'm like, I'm gonna kill this, y'all. I'm gonna show everybody what I got. So I was trying to be seen, right? I'm gonna keep it
Oh
real.
shit! There
I
we
was
go.
trying to be seen. Because in my program, it was a lot of like ex-athletes or people who were athletes, and I wasn't an
Oh, you was
athlete,
trying to
but like
hold.
I was trying to show, like, you know what? I may be a little different from y'all, but I still understand shit. I can still push it off. We're doing this event, and y'all, I just overextended myself. I was just trying to keep everybody happy, y'all. I was like, I can do this. Oh, I can do that too. I can do that. So it was like, okay. I think I thought being a good leader was saying yes to everything. And that, you 20 some, early 20s, I don't know, but I thought like if I say yes to everything, I'm gonna do a good job. Everybody's gonna see me in a certain way. And I think I learned the hard way that leadership, I think it requires boundaries to fuck. And I had none. I was
best to
down
get
for
'em.
everything. I was like, what y'all need? I got it. I can do this. I can bring this. I can do this. And I just remember feeling like depleted. And I was like, you know what? And I think I learned from that. I didn't learn then. I want to be very clear. I learned a lot later that, like, if you want to be a good leader, you have to have some type of boundaries. And it's more about showing people what your vision is and not like depleting yourself and just being fucking exhausted. So, I didn't learn a lesson then. I learned it later, but yeah, I really I wanted everybody to be happy. I wanted everybody to see that like I was super helpful and that like, I was a good leader. But I was fucking tired. That shit took me down. I remember.
Good
Damn.
leaders know when to call it, baby. Because let me tell you,
Right.
I learned when we were doing that thing a couple weeks ago for that client. Because I ain't telling my business out here. But there was
Now
somebody
you
that
mean
was,
last year?
yeah.
Job last year.
But this lady was like, I really love doing art stuff. And I was like, great, because I hate that shit. You got it. Be free,
You
girl.
gotta know how to delegate. That's really another part of being a good leader, motherfucker. You gotta
That's
learn
so
how to delegate
much. That's
and
so
stop trying to
much.
do everything.
I think, yeah, we should definitely delve into that like at the next question. Because a lot of us be out here doing too much. A lot of us,
Mm-hmm.
trying to, hold up the infrastructure of white supremacy, patriarchy, and capitalism and getting burned out badly.
Okay.
Just making
Well,
yourself tired.
yeah, you be tired. Like, cause the reward for hard work is more work. Where the hell they
Yep.
do that
Yeah,
at?
always.
What
What
the
is that
helly?
about?
What the
What the
heliante?
heliante? What the Holly Berry? What are you doing? I'm tired. Why did you give me more work? I set
Because you showed
myself
me
up
you
for
could
that.
do it. You
Right.
showed me you could do it. Here you go.
I'm gonna
Some
tell
take some
y'all
more.
right now, if you are giving 100%, know that you are doing above and beyond what everybody else is doing. And your
Ooh,
50% looks like somebody else's 100%. So dial it
ooh.
back a little bit because
Somebody about
you
to ask you
still
to do
coming out.
150%
You got to know whether you're doing the 50 or the 100 because you got to know where you are in this cycle, the system. Okay? If I give 100%, I'm gonna burn myself out, and then people will be like, you just did too much. If you're doing too much, you're giving go get 50. You still
Kim told me that all the
giving a
time.
yeah, 50% looks like somebody's 100. Why are you giving all of these gifts, talents, time, and energy to this, and it doesn't require all that much from you?
And it's not going to be
So
appreciated.
discern. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's interesting when I think about my leadership story. I was the chair of a fundraising committee for a nonprofit organization a number of years back, and I did it for quite some time. I started out as a mentor, and then I went on and I was recruited by the executive director at the time, a Black woman, to become the chair of the fundraising committee because of my fundraising background. And after her talking to me, she knew, oh, you know what you're talking about. I need you on here. Okay, I'm doing it because you asked me. I'm doing it because you asked me. And then she had the nerve to leave 2 years later. So now I'm invested in stock. Like, what are you doing? I came here because you sold me this
We were in this
dream and this
together, girl.
vision. You sold me this vision, girl. And so I stayed for a few years, and I was the only board member, a Black board member on this committee. There were other Black board members. And so most of the people, right, white male, white female, they worked in financial services. They managed multi-million-dollar projects, portfolios, this, that, or the other. Here's, Kim coming from the nonprofit industry and like, her khakis and her business
Come on,
casual.
khakis.
People coming in with black,
Not the khaki,
ties and
sis.
suits. I'm business casual. What are we doing here? I'm tired. Okay, so I'm leading in all the ways that matter.
It just looked different to them.
Yeah. Yeah, like I didn't need to do all of that. Also, I'm not telling people what to do. My leadership style is not that. It's like, yo, all of us, let's just do it. Set the tone. I'll write some shit up. You figure out if it works. You let me know. I'm always going to invite people to give feedback. If not, then shit, you ain't got nothing to say because the opportunity was there. Or even if down the road you feel like it, but you got to say something if you want it to change.
Right.
And so I'm sitting here leading this team of people, and then we get a new board member that is placed on a committee, and he comes in, white, male-centered leadership, right? Talking about that, and he's like, "Hey, who's the chair?" I'm sitting over in the far corner because I'm early. I like to get set up, set everything up, and the other folks coming in, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm the chair. Hey, nice to meet you. Welcome to the committee." When I tell you that man looked at me like I was like, who you? What are you
What the
doing here?
hurry?
Right,
He's literally.
exactly. And I was like, okay, I'm looking at his face, looking at me, and I'm interpreting it correctly, what he's
Right.
thinking. Because, my man, your face says it all.
Mm.
When I tell you somebody else stood up and was like, oh, no, absolutely not.
Mm.
She's the chair of the fundraising committee, and we follow her. He said she's just like us. So he's speaking speakinese or whatever language they speak together, and so dude understood what he was talking about. Like,
Why do Black people always gotta have some co-signers? That's some bullshit.
I
We
was
always
like,
need co-signers when our credit
first of
is
all,
good.
you just got here. This your first meeting. You ain't even sit down and get the damn agenda or nothing. And you making assumptions about some shit you don't know nothing about. What the hell's going on here? So, but somebody had to co-sign, but eventually, the leadership was showing up for him like, oh my God, you love being on this committee because this is the committee. We don't play here. Like there's an intention that's set here that everyone abides by because they bought into it, but collectively we've made this decision. So if you hadn't done it, you'd have been asked to be moved.
Right.
And we don't care. So it was just very interesting that surface sort of like thoughts about me and my leadership shifted as time went by, for this person. So,
Fuck him.
yeah, absolutely. But also like the world, I think sometimes for me, like you always got to prove yourself, right? If I love to be in spaces where I don't have to, but I haven't been in many of those, whether they were all, black, white, whatever, mixed. Because there do be a lot of scammers out here.
For sure.
I feel a lot of people scamming, talking shit, and not doing it. What I say and what I do is in alignment. That's all I care about half the time, most of the time.
Alignment.
Period.
Yeah. So has your idea of what leadership means evolved? As what are the traits, or I guess, or things that, that say a good leader? I guess, do we,
Um,
instead, or,
no, I think what's interesting is I think that the way I saw leadership at one point was that it meant being an expert, right? Or the person with the plan.
mm,
And and now I know it's really about listening. It's about collaborating because somebody might know how to do some shit that you don't know, right? And you need to listen, right? You don't have all the answers. And I think that good leadership, you're not expected to have all the answers, right? Because we can be a team, right? I know that there's generally someone who leads, but I think that people are realizing that it's best to learn how to kind of work in a team and how to collaborate and how to make space for others to lead too. And so I think that, at work, I'm one of the team leads, and I know when to, like, all right, how do I make space for someone else? Even if I think I have all the answers, how do I step back in order to let someone else step up too? And I think sometimes people just feel like leading, like I got to be the expert. Some has to be one person in charge. No, I think that we have to make space for other people to lead as well. And I think SIG is also not about micromanaging people. I've realized that as well. I don't like a damn micromanager, and I don't want to be that person to someone else. So,
No, I agree with that. Definitely don't be a micromanager. That's annoying. But I am a big fan of like encouraging folks to step into their power, like as a manager. Like actually, like the people I have managed are like, you're so good at this. And again, it's just a matter of like, listen, I remember when I started in the workforce and people, these old people, I know everything and you just got here and this is how we always did it. And like, okay, but that's also how we don't progress. And I just think that there's so much wisdom and opportunity in young people. Young people are my favorite. As we know, I worked in the school, so I'm always going to be a proponent of like, let the
okay, the
children
youth will
lead.
save ya. The youth will save
Listen,
ya.
they're so
children are
smart.
our future.
They're so smart. Gen
Let's
Z,
lead the way. Okay,
them
I'm sorry.
Negroes, they are the epitome of smarter, not harder, baby. They ain't doing nothing they ain't gotta do.
Oh my God, say it again.
And I appreciate that about them. Like, that is a good way to live your life. Like, they take their vacation. They're like, oh, baby, this is impacting my mental health. I will not be doing that.
They
Like,
ain't about to be at nobody's job for 20, 30
no,
years. None of
no,
that
literally,
shit.
they're like, this is
No.
stupid. Like,
Hmm.
why would you do that? Right. And I've had people like, I just don't understand, like, why they wouldn't stay longer. And I'm like, do you hear what these kids are telling you? Like, they want a quality of life. So,
And
like,
every
I
time
like
they leave, they
to,
get
They
more
want
money
wellness. They
too.
want
absolutely.
well-being.
But I think there's something to like just pointing out like people's strong suits, understanding that just because someone is good at something also doesn't mean they enjoy it. My leadership
Hmm.
style is always to encourage people to do the thing that brings them joy because you're going to do your best work with that. So like if PowerPoint, well, not PowerPoint, now I'm dating myself, but if slide decks are
You better
not
say a
your
deck,
A
girl.
deck.
right. It's still a PowerPoint, baby. But either way, a
It
slide
is.
deck, you know what I mean? Like, if that's not your strong suit, I'm not putting you on that. Okay, let's talk about what your skill sets are. Let's talk about where you want to grow. Let's talk about your areas of growth. Let's figure out how we can support your goals in that way. But like, bro, like Excel is like a necessary evil. It's not my thing. I probably should take a class on Coursera about it. But also like, if you're into that shit, I'm gonna let you lead it. Like, just make sure the numbers match. I'm
It's
cool with
called
that.
Coursera. I thought it was
Yes.
Coursera. Okay.
Coursera. Yeah, Coursera.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Hmm.
have I been messing this up? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all.
So
Where did that come from? I apologize. I
Hmm.
but yeah,
apologize.
that's my view, like how it goes. Like the people that are the best leaders are the ones that like don't need to be the center of attention, that are able to pivot, that are able to empower those around them. Because again, as we've been saying, no one can do it all.
No.
Mm.
So,
So stop trying to make us do it all. God damn it.
okay,
I want
fight
somebody to
back.
say, you know what? You don't fight back.
Oh,
That's it. I want people to stop trying to make us do it all. That's the problem. It's weird, like how, going back to what you say, you didn't have the words to know that that was leadership, but you saw things. I thought a lot of it was about, telling people what to do. And like you said, proving yourself to be the smartest person. I think that has a lot to do with already the strikes against you being black and a woman, people thinking things about you. So sometimes, they come in a little harder than they want to or they should because they're
Hmm.
trying to prove something or because, they know these people are looking or thinking and so they want to behave a certain way. And I think that's the model that has been modeled for a lot of us, which we know
Ain't
doesn't
worth it,
work.
baby.
It's not. It's not.
nope.
I I like to create, I think, spaces where people are just like, okay, like if we're not laughing at a meeting, I don't know what the hell it's not a good one.
What are we
It's
doing?
not a good one. If we're not enjoying what we're doing, I think that like setting the tone, right? Like there are certain things that I'm good at, there's certain things I'm not, right? Like knowing that. I think being able to share the burden versus shoulder it is really important
Mm,
to all leaders. People who could, whether you call yourself that or not, if you lead in a household, you leading.
mm,
That's
You
right.
know, like because if you mad that I do the dishes myself wouldn't or got to clean everything, that's the same issue.
mm-hmm.
You're not delegating or sharing. So you mad you got to do all the stuff, but
Right.
there are other people there to do it. You know, that damn family reunion.
Mm,
Oh no. No, not the
trigger.
family.
Triggered, 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 right? Like, you know, I was the leader collecting the money, doing this, doing that. Like, okay, you know what? One more again and then this is over. So I think just kind of like really understanding that people have needs and also just like getting to know people, right? Like then you can really know or do better discernment. Like I know that this person does not like mornings. What we're not going to do is have a 9 a.m. meeting where they're integral to the call. Let's, schedule it right before lunch at 11
Mm,
or like a little later so that they can give the best, right? Like
That's
just,
right.
I think that comes with knowing people or being curious about them
right.
to know how to best deploy them. So, which also helps, right? Like we said, protecting your mental health because leadership is hard. You put in situations where you're making decisions. There's some people who are making like really multi-million dollar decisions, life or death situations. There's so many decisions that people are having to make or be responsible for, accountable. So, how do we protect our mental health? Managing all of that because people could be mad at you. They could, there's so much responsibility that's put on the under the umbrella of leadership. I think first
Mm-hmm.
of all, it's overwhelming. Like to expect one human being to do all these things is wild to me. So,
Right.
how do you protect your mental health while holding a leadership role? Because it be some fuckery and tomfoolery out there all the time.
Say it again.
For me personally, shout out to therapy. Love my little text therapist. I use mine right. She's great. We love her. Also take breaks and do what you need to do for yourself. Like after we finished the big event the other week, I was like, don't talk to me.
Ooh, not
I
don't talk to
can't
me.
do this. Like I don't want to talk to y'all. I need at least a week. Like this was too much engagement. This is too much interaction. And like I can't promise you I'll be nice to you if we keep talking. So I
Uh,
take a break. We just had our debrief meeting, what, 10 days after? And that was enough time for me to not have angst and anger or exhaustion. So just knowing when you need a break, knowing when you need to tap out is really going to be helpful.
I think to protect my mental health, you got to have some boundaries, right? I'm always going to say therapy because I don't play about my therapy every week. I think having good friends that, when you need to talk, you have somewhere to go talk. For me, it's like making sure you're having new experiences. I think what happens is that when we focus so much on work, everything is about work, 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 and we're trying to lead, we just get exhausted. So make sure you're having spaces where you do things for you. You got to be able to protect your joy. I laugh a lot. I love laughing. And I don't apologize for needing a space to just be happy and and just joyful. And so yeah, I think that's how I protect my mental health. I need to be out here laughing
mm.
and being joyful.
Joyful, joyful, joy. Why have I been thinking about that Whoopi Goldberg movie?
Hmm.
Damn.
Supposed to be coming back
And
Hearts are
Lauren
out.
falling
Hill.
like
Lauren
flowers.
Hill. She was at the
They're
Met
supposed to
Gala,
be rolling
y'all.
a new one out.
I'm
I
And she was
tired of
heard.
on
these
time.
remakes. Yes, she was. She better not. Don't mess up the Met Gala, Lauren Hill, because you're looking gorge. I think communication is a huge part of protecting your mental health, right? Like,
Hmm.
communicating your boundaries, communicating expectations, communicating during conflict, like being able to just talk through things and, having some awareness of folks. I don't know if that's emotional intelligence or what it is, but, I think those are important because sometimes we forget that we got to prioritize people over the work sometimes because the people are the ones doing the work. And if
That's
Hmm.
right.
you're not taking care of them or ensuring their well-being as a leader, you're not going to get the best out of them. And sometimes just saying, you know what, you did a great job goes a long way. So really understanding what motivates people or what engages them. And you only know that by talking to folks or having communication around
That's
things, right?
right. It's
Like
just simple
creating
stuff.
environments and spaces where people can dream and vision. They're not just doing the work, they're invested in it. Not everyone will be, but if you can bring people along with something, they'll be so much more invested in it. And, I think handing people tasks to do is not always helpful to getting shit done. And
It's
it
not.
creates problems for you, right? Like now you're thinking, oh, these people, that people, are they out to get me? You're like, no, you're just a trash leader. Like you're not thinking about
Right.
people. So, and I think when we operate that way, right? Which brings me to the next question, right? Like, what does the world miss out when it ignores or underestimates non-traditional leadership styles, right?
I mean, I think you get stagnation, right? I don't think you see movement. You don't see new crops of leaders wanting to come in. Again, I think a big part of why Gen Z engages the way they do is because they're like, oh, y'all don't know how to manage yourselves. Like, why would I follow
Y'all
you?
messy. They like, ooh, y'all
Right? Like,
messy.
look at your lives. Like, I feel like that's how Gen they do think millennials are chill, but generally speaking, it's like, look at your lives. Like, you're working all the time. You're putting off enjoying, life, all these things. Why would I follow you?
Not going to the
That's true.
doctor. What the hell's wrong
Right.
with you?
Right. So I think that by folks just sticking to, well, that's how it's always been done, we're preventing other people from seeing ways to evolve. But also there are people that are like, you know what, I hate this shit. I'm gonna change the system. So you do get a little 50-50 in that way. But I think if you have a lot of people that are quote unquote followers, like we're not setting them up for success to think outside the box because they think that only one way is possible. Because most people are, are like lazy and don't like to think anyway. But
Hello.
I think you miss people, right? Like real people who have real lived experiences, who can
right.
see things that others don't, right? Like, what's the point of just having one voice in the room, right? Like, if we all think alike, like that shit is trash. So
Hmm.
you gotta kind of get that non-traditional leadership, right? Like people who are thinking outside the box, people who are, from different cultures, who think differently, who see the world differently. I think you want a mix. And I think sometimes, especially where our country is going right now, they're very clear. They want one voice, and that's white men. And so what the hell is going to happen to this country? There's no diversity. There's no mix. There's no people with different lived experiences who don't see the world in the exact same way as they do. I don't want to
Right.
live in a world like that. And that's
And
what
it's
happens in a
the,
lot of,
yeah.
places where people work, organizations where people are part of, like that stuff happens.
Yeah.
Schools, universities,
Yeah. Everything
I'm
looks the
like, damn.
same. Nobody is thinking outside the box.
I think,
Unfortunate.
it stunts things, right? You're like, damn, we can't progress, we can't advance, we can't move forward with like something cool, creative, or whatever, because I think part of the issue is the people who are uplifted in leadership, the way, like you said, the way they experience life. But I think it feels like sometimes people who have hardship or have that lived experience of something, they're the ones that we should be following. And so we're kind of like inverting kind of the folks that we should be listening to because they only care about themselves and they're not thinking through. I think for Black women, I used to work at an organization that dealt with reproductive health in Africa, Latin America, and Asia. And it basically trained the women in the villages and everywhere else to be the peer educators, the leaders, because the women thought about the children, the old people, the community. They were expansive in who they thought about. They didn't leave people out.
Right.
Whereas the men would go drink the money up, they would do stuff, girlfriend, this, that. You're like, but you didn't pour back into the community. You
Right.
didn't take care of the people that you were responsible for. And so when I think about white male leadership is really surface, selfish, that kind of thing. And so how do you make sure you're uplifting those kind of voices? Okay. So what kind of advice would you give to someone questioning their ability to lead? And then we'll get to closing.
No one knows what the fuck they're doing.
Come on. Come
So
on with the
I
real.
love it.
it was all a lie, like Carly Red said. So, everyone's trying their best with what they have and they're doing the things, generally speaking, it will work out as long as you're not like Satan. It should be fine because you have
Damn.
people that invest in your vision and your dream. But again, just creating those spaces for other voices will be so helpful to you because sometimes you're like sway and you don't have the answers, and that's okay. But don't doubt yourself because everyone is making it up.
Right,
Bam.
right. I would say don't wait for someone to name you a leader. Fuck that shit. Claim it for yourself. And remember, your way is enough, right? Like you are enough. Your way is enough, and you don't have to lead like anyone else. And I think that we're always so fearful of doing things our way. Like somebody gonna call you back and be like, no, 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 you're a fake, you're a phony. We don't believe you. Like, no, tell people I'm a leader. Claim it. Go out there and lead. I think that that's the advice that I would give people. Because if you wait for somebody else to give you something, you might never get it,
For sure.
especially as a
You
Black
won't ever
woman.
get it.
You
Huh.
better go take your shit. Word up.
Ooh. Mm. You know, that just
Sorry.
made me think about Lil Kim, the UNO competitor. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. I'm a leader. Y'all
Period.
Y'all
some
some
follower
follower
ish.
shit.
Coming in this game on some modeling ish. Okay. I'm gonna leave it at that. Channel Lil Kim with that. Shoot. Find your song. Get your mantra going on. Like hype
Fine.
yourself up because no one else will. I think that's
That's
really
No
right.
one
the
Get
else
your
will.
reality.
affirmation.
Yes, get your affirmation, girl. Do something. Make yourself known. You know, I think people are always going to question you. You got to know that whether you walk in a room, it don't matter.
Mhm.
You not a white male, you not this, you not that, you're you. You know what they're going to do, and so you got to stand in your truth about who you are. And guess what? Know if they coming to for you to save the day so they can then get rid of you, because that's what they do after you save the day. They chuck
Mhm.
us. But also, you know, have your plan for and stand in your truth about how you want to lead, or what, or how you want to just be in community with people. If the word leadership isn't really a word you'd like to use, because we want to honor that too. And if you've ever helped your family through a crisis, mentored someone younger, planned a community event, or even just told your truth in a space that needed it, that was leadership. You don't
Mhm.
That's
have to
right.
change who you are to be a leader. You just have to recognize how you already show up. So with that, okay, y'all. We done did the thing for unleashing our leadership. We unleashed our leadership. Thank you for unleashing your leadership, ladies. This was interesting. I got to know y'all a little more, you know, and I think y'all got to know me a little more,
I'm
telling a
We
through.
different
did.
kind of story, you know. So
I'm through.
now
Well,
we
season
got
five
the
is here, baby,
season
baby.
5. We getting vulnerable. We doing intrusive
Mm.
thoughts. We doing all the things. So
And not
hello.
intrusive thoughts, okay?
Okay, all right, all right. All right. Some of them maybe.
You're
That's all.
pathologizing my thoughts. It's not fair.
Ah. All right, so now we're going into that rapid fire questions. All
Uh-oh.
right, all right. Here we go. It's only 10 now. Cut it in half. I
Okay.
heard y'all. It was too much. You
Okay.
lead with your heart or with your head?
Both,
Go.
but heart.
Heart,
Okay. Heart. Coffee, tea, or water before you lead something big or a little splash or something?
water,
Flash of something.
Tea. Early bird or late night leader?
late night
Late night,
leader.
baby.
Late night, late
Late
night. You said
night.
early? You said early or late?
I said late.
Okay. You do be up to one sometimes. Like, what you sharing a damn thing for? Okay. One word people would use to describe you as a leader.
Compassionate.
Definitely not compassionate.
I would agree with that assessment, Anisha. Something else.
Yo.
I'm just gonna go with strong.
It
Sometimes I
sounds
come at
it,
rough.
it
A little,
sounds like overseer.
a little rough
It's
sometimes.
giving overseer. Oh, wait. Good, 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 mugga. Inclusive.
I like it. Okay.
Heels, sneakers, or barefoot vibes?
Where we going?
Heels.
Well, shit, I don't know. You going to a meet? Oh, you on a meeting at a Zoom meeting. Gotta get on your Zoom.
Oh, it's a Zoom? Barefoot
Oh,
babes. I'm home. I'm at home.
okay. Lanisha, you rocking the bare feet, the heels, or the sneaks?
If I'm at home, I got sneakers on.
Okay. I like bare feet. I'm good.
Be
All right. What?
grounded.
Yes. What kind of music gets you into leadership mode?
NWA.
Okay, that's the
Yeah.
overseer.
Maybe it was
Yes.
fuck the police. Coming straight from the underground.
This is
Young nigga got it
wild.
bad because I'm brown. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
then.
It
There.
depends, but I need to calm the vibes before I go into the meeting because I never know what to expect. Because as we've discussed before, I'm a natural hothead, so I need to come in and be like, "Ooh, okay, I had my Zen moment, and now."
These rapid fire questions ain't rapid, y'all.
It's y'all, y'all want to ruminate and think about them. Think about them.
You got to give the options. It has to be like
Y'all
a
listen to Janelle Monáe. That's my girl. I be like,
that
throwing
is
that
your
Django
girl.
Jang. Let's go. Are you more of a let's make a list or let's see what happens type?
Let's make a
Depends.
list.
Depends on what's happening. But
Don't be having me out here looking crazy. Let's make a
I
list.
will make a skeleton list, but I'm open to adding and subtracting.
Let's stay writing shit. Do you prefer leading solo or in a team?
Mm.
Team.
I prefer leading a team.
In solo.
I don't need no oligarch. I don't need no oligarchy.
Ah.
Mm-mm.
Team. Planner, calendar app, or sticky notes everywhere?
Sticky notes.
Calendar.
Planner.
Put that on that phone, baby.
Text, email, or voice note when you're giving directions.
Oh my God. Email and a voice note to follow up so you are not confused.
Text.
Oof.
A text message is gonna get lost. An email you can hold somebody
Email ain't gonna
accountable
get
for.
sent.
That part. I like an
Oof.
email and then I do a follow-up text, but not a note. So there we
Yeah.
are. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, y'all. That's my rapid fire questions. Now we're going to segment. Oops. Rapid fire questions. Now we're going to the tips and tools, y'all. Let's do it. All right. So here's some tips for y'all how to be better leaders or you want to explore your leadership. One of the things you could do is a mapping exercise of who taught me to lead, which allows you to draw a timeline or a mind map of all the people who have shaped how you lead. You got to get it from somewhere. So, who are those people?
Okay.
That's
So for
interesting.
me, I think it's really important to make an inventory of all the ways you show up as a leader in your everyday life. Because I think these are all the ways that we forget, right? At home, at work, and with your friendships, in your group chat, your community, even how you care for yourself. So I think it becomes really important to do that inventory. And so I also think that you can also ask people what leadership qualities do they think you have. The people around you definitely know you better than you think they do. And I will also say do a leadership style, maybe assessment or take an online quiz. There's a quiz out here for everything, y'all. I think it'll help you kind of give you more of a language to kind of describe what your leadership style is like, or you can adopt something that you've read and say, I want to be more like this or more like that. So I think that could be helpful.
I think it's helpful to know yourself, know your worth. Word to Drake, before things got bad for him. But,
What
when
in
you
the what?
it's a lyric, know yourself, know your worth. But either way, when you're leading, it's naturally stressful because especially if you're a person that gives a shit about what you do. But definitely important to know the things that could trigger you, that could set you off. Like for me, I can't stand somebody talking to me like I'm stupid. All right, cool. So we might go like there is whoo, let me be quiet. Anyway, recent
You like
experience, real time experience that has happened in the last few months where I had
trigger right
someone
now.
that really tried to jump bad on a call. And I had to be like, okay, I know that this is them projecting. I had to look at it. And again, not like making excuses, because like, not that I'm perfect, but I don't make a lot of mistakes. But I could be wrong if that's the thing. And this person kept, trying to poke holes and everything. And I had to sit back and be like, that has nothing to do with me. That's them projecting onto me about their discomfort with who they are and what things are that are happening. So just knowing those things and how they trigger you in ways that you can kind of calm yourself down in real time, I think are really helpful. And like to piggyback off of that, I would definitely say like look at a leadership mantra. Are you a I'm that girl? In the mirror, are you playing Beyonce? It's it's not the diamonds. You might need to be like,
Oh,
I'm that girl. You might need to go ahead and do that. You might be I'm bossy. You might be Khalees.
Yes.
I'm bossy. I'm whatever
Yeah.
you need to do to help keep you on track and say them out loud when you feel like maybe, girl, I don't know if I got this because
so is
I
that like a leadership mantra? Like
I
you
would
just
say
running off some
so.
type of mantra? Okay.
Yes,
I would say so
girl.
because
Yeah.
let me tell you, this last project I'd be calling Kim like, girl, I don't know if I could do this. I'm quitting today. Cannot do it.
Yes.
So
Yes. I love
I
that.
like the leadership mantra. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would say like identify your leadership triggers because I think that becomes really important when you feel small, when you feel insecure, when you get that kind of imposter syndrome going. Ask yourself, what systems or what people kind of reinforce those triggers when you start to feel small and insecure. I think we have to know where our triggers lie so we don't get caught up. Because,
Mm,
being a leader is not easy and it's not good when you start questioning yourself. That's not helpful.
mm.
Yeah.
I think I like to end with make a leadership vibe playlist. Music is really important to us
Here we
culturally.
go.
Listen, girl, Beyonce be on there, Janelle Monáe, of course, Rihanna,
mhm.
because Riri get me hyped up. But there's some other artists that really will take me there, like Amber Mark,
I do like
Tony
Amber.
Jones, Jamila Woods, Rhapsody, and Tamara Bubbles. So make you a quick little playlist to get you right. Help you think through your leadership phases
Oh,
before the
Glorilla.
meeting,
Shit.
after the meeting, Meg,
Mhm.
anybody.
Get him,
Those three,
Glow.
all of them, all
Mhm.
of it, all
Mhm.
of it, all of it. But I put these down for a particular tone. I was thinking about the time, but I have different tones. Listen, I got a Black Queens Forever Snow Bunnies Never playlist. I got all
Oh my
kinds of
God.
What in
playlists.
the
Okay,
what?
Dr. Umar.
I
Yo,
do.
Dr. Umar's
Listen,
cousin.
you got to have all of your vibes. So, and this week, right? Like, I think that's it. That's it. These are the things we have for you this week. Let us know if you do any of them. Like, we would
Please.
love to hear from you, right? We want you to give yourself permission to name what you already are, a leader. Whether you call it leadership or not. But it's not because the world told you so, but because your life proves it. I'm going to
Come
say it
on.
again. Black women are the blueprint. We are natural born leaders. And so look at the things that people look to you for or you feel and look at how you show up. And I really know that that is true leadership, right? Like, and I just hope that folks really start to live into that. Unleash your leadership. This is it right here. Okay, and finally, like, tag us at Black Woman Behold and share how you lead. We would love to hear from you. Thanks, everybody. That's the end
All
of this
right, y'all.
episode.
We'll see y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the Black Woman Be Whole podcast. If you want to keep up with what we're doing, you can find us on Instagram at Black Woman Be Whole, on Facebook at Black Woman Be Whole. You can even go to our website, blackwomanbewhole.com, where you can join our mailing list and you can find out what we're doing as far as events, where we'll be, if we're vending. You can also get a heads up on any information about upcoming podcasts and any product releases we're having. We appreciate you, sis. We'll see you next time.